Mute myself.
Welcome to our trade training program webinar. My name is Miriam. I'm the distribution coordinator here at Tourism NT. And before we start, I want to respectfully acknowledge and honor the Aboriginal people of the Northern Territory and recognize the continuation of culture, connections to land, water, and country. We pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Once again, a big welcome to our trade training program Q2. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time out of your busy day. I'm really excited about our webinar topic today, where we look at the new #1 Netflix series Territory and the so-called set-jetting travel trend, where travel choices are influenced by popular film and TV locations. We have two amazing operators invited to join the live webinar sessions to share insights in their offerings to help your customers experience the NT Outback in style. We will hear shortly from Finniss River Lodge and Katherine Outback Experience. Welcome to you guys and thank you for joining. We're really looking forward to your presentations. Before we start, as always, just a few words on the housekeeping. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We'll have a Q&A at the end of our operator presentations. And I'm also recording this session to upload to the Trade website. I will send an email out to everyone who has registered for the webinars with a link to the recording and also to the new training module, because to be eligible to win this amazing incentive prize this quarter, you will need to not only watch the webinar session, but you also need to complete the Discover Territory for Real training module, which is now available on the website. Well, without further ado, let's dive right into our webinar, and I'm going to share my presentation. Okay. Fabulous. Well, Territory, the new Netflix series, highlights breathtaking spots in the top end, sparking curiosity to explore the NT and station life experiences firsthand. Destination-based movies and TV shows are becoming a more influential source of travel inspiration than social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. If you think about it, screen tourism has been around for quite a while. The beach, for example, had a major influence on travel to Thailand, and Lost in Translation certainly increased the interest to travel to Japan back in the early 2000s. In 2023, the trend, however, gained major traction following the release of The White Lotus Season 2, which was set in Sicily. The phenomenon known as the White Lotus effect saw people immediately booking trips to the destinations showcased in the series. In 2023, Expedia also did a survey of 20,000 global travelers, which revealed that nearly 30% now find TV shows and movies more influential in travel decisions than before. Search data from Expedia showed that the TV shows like The Bear sparked a 45% increase in searches for Chicago, and the final season of Succession caused a 65% rise in searches for Norway. And thanks to TV shows, people are even booking trips to fictional places like Schitt's Creek. In conclusion, with Territory quickly soaring to the top of Netflix's TV show rankings, the potential for the Northern Territory to become a top travel destination is substantial. Now is the ideal moment for industry professionals to capitalize on the series' growing popularity to spotlight the NT. Outback farm stays and experiences in Kakadu National Park, which are prominently featured in the show, are set to become highly sought after. Furthermore, the surge in interest is likely to extend to other NT experiences, creating a unique opportunity for businesses and tourism operators to benefit from this rising wave of screen tourism. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might ask yourself, what on earth are you talking about? Do not worry, I do have a little trailer for Territory, so you can have a look and see what this is all about. Please excuse the not so great sound. There's unfortunately nothing you can do, but I think you will get the gist. So enjoy.
We
we've been asking calling Roshan for that key to go hunting. But nothing. We forgot. It's still blackfella country.
People say everything up here is trying to kill you. The climate, the land. You learn to live with it. It makes us who we are.
What are you doing, bro? Just need to Google how to land the bloody thing.
Daniel Lawson, the president of the Northern Territory Cattlemen's Federation, has died.
You
The
know?
world's largest Northern Territory police confirmed
That's my uncle.
that the 41
Marion Station, the world's largest cattle station. Us Lawsons, we've been here generations.
I spent the past 2 decades of my life trying to keep Marion Station afloat.
She doesn't want you. She wants this place. I hope we'll sucker only for a son, his wife, and a thieving family. Took that granddaughter and runaway grandson. Hates us all.
Them vultures. They're circling, eh?
Luck's running out. Things are changing up here.
And I think our business interests are aligned. And you'll be the most powerful cattleman in the top end.
You want to keep your home, everything you built, then let me give it to you.
No one can teach you carry away. You're still a yapper.
Maybe there was more to his death. Maybe it wasn't an accident.
That gun he carries on his hip. Not just for show.
What's it for?
For killing snakes.
This land here, it's what we're making.
You remember? Who owns this place? The Lawsons!
Yeah, it is quite a bit of drama, just in the show, not in the territory. I watched it in 2 sittings. It was way too easy. So yeah, it's really good if you haven't seen it. But let's have a look at the real life bookable NT experiences. Inspired by the visuals of territory, there are plenty of incredible real life stays and tours that let you experience the best of the Outback romance. I've listed a few of the Outback stays that you can book. Obviously, there's much more, but we only have so much time. Obviously, we have Finniss River Lodge, an exclusive luxury lodge at a real family-owned cattle station. We will hear more about this in a moment. Then we have Bamaroo Plains, a stunning luxury lodge experience close to Kakadu National Park, approximately 100 kilometers from Darwin. Bamaroo Plains is part of the Luxury Lodges of Australia collection, and so is Buller River Station, an incredible luxury lodge and real-life cattle station in the top end, located about 800 kilometers west of Darwin at the border to WA, certainly worth a visit. Then we have Davidson's Arnhem Land, a little less luxurious, but a true Outback experience. This eco-lodge is located in the natural bush in West Arnhem Land, approximately 350 kilometers from Darwin and about 100 kilometers from Jabiru in Kakadu, which makes it easy to combine all 3 destinations. And then we have Cicada Lodge, ideal for those preferring not to go too deep into the bush, but wanting to experience the stunning nature of Nitmaluk National Park. Cicada Lodge is based in the Katherine region, which is perfect, the perfect base to not only explore the national park, but to also visit Katherine Outback experience, which is only about a 30-minute drive away. If you want to delve deeper into regions that are really not mainstream and not a lot of people get to see, maybe do a multi-day tour. It's really remote and exclusive. Venture North Safaris offers amazing high-end tours exploring Kakadu National Park and West Arnhem Land, and so does Lord's Kakadu and Arnhem Land Safaris. Journey Beyond's high-end luxury touring company, Outback Spirit, offers a tour through Arnhem Land in combination with Queensland, amongst other tours in Australia. And then, of course, we have the GAN, Journey Beyond's legendary rail journey through the NT, bringing real Outback romance to life. And if you just want to have a little, sniff, a little shorter experience, there are plenty on offer. Katherine Outback Experience, for example, celebrates the NT's rich pastoral culture and history through horse training and working dog demonstrations. And by the way, if you're a fan of the TV show Muster Dogs, Katherine Outback Experience is a definite must visit. Then Kakadu Air offers scenic flights over Kakadu National Park. If you watch Territory, you see a lot of stunning aerials of Kakadu, and you can experience that yourself. Staying in the air with helicopter flights. There's heli fishing on offer for anyone passionate about fishing. If you want to take it easier, you can do a heli pub crawl from Darwin along the stunning top end coastal regions with Nautilus Aviation or Airborne Solutions. And then there's several boat cruises on offer around Darwin and the top end, showing you areas, wildlife and history that is hardly accessible by land. And meanwhile, the TV series is set in the top end. The Red Centre offers equally exciting Outback tours and experiences around Alice Springs, Kings Canyon and Uluru, so please keep those in mind as well. And with this, I would like to say hello to our presenters today. Big welcome to Chase Johnson from Finniss River Lodge. Chase unfortunately couldn't log in, but we have a presentation. We do have Sally Gregory from Top End Marketing Co. to present Katherine Outback Experience. Thank you so much, guys. It's really great to have you on board. And we will start with Chase's presentation right now. Webinar today. Thanks so much for coming. I'm going to give it up to you to present Finniss River Lodge.
Thank you, Miriam, and thank you everyone for coming and joining us today in our little presentation. My name is Chase Johnson and I am the manager of Finniss River Lodge here in Darwin in the Northern Territory. We're just going to start off with a little bit of a slideshow, and I'm going to run through a little bit about what Finniss River Lodge is all about. When you're ready, Miriam, can we start the slideshow? So again, welcome to Finniss River. Finniss River Lodge was opened in 2022, and we're still quite a new luxury lodge situated just outside of Darwin in the Northern Territory. Next. Obviously, we're coming together today for the release about the Territory show that was on Netflix and came out in October 2024. We're really hoping that this is going to create a buzz around the world about people wanting to come and visit us and see what the Outback life is all about here in the NT. I hope you haven't seen it. Hopefully you'll get on board and have a look. It's a great way of showing some of the great landscapes and scenery that we have here around the Territory. Next. As you can see with the red location mark on there, that is where Finniss River Lodge is situated. We're on the sort of northern boundary of Litchfield National Park. So a 40-minute drive from the lodge. This is something that the guests can include on their way out to visit us at Finniss or making their way back into Darwin. A beautiful national park that has the opportunity of being able to swim in our waterfalls and do some beautiful nature walks as well. So Finniss River Lodge being only 90 minutes from Darwin City, and we'll move on to the next. The property itself is 50,000 acres, so we really go from the bush to the beach. If you can see the red border line that goes around the boundary line of our property, and you can see all the different places that we have to explore here on Finniss River. Having around 6 different ecosystems on the property, obviously we start where the lodge is situated at the bush, but we also have 13 kilometres of coastline that we can take our guests along and explore all that escarpment region as well. Next. Finniss River is very accessible due to the fact that we do have bitumen roads all the way, and we are only 90 minutes from Darwin City itself. So our guests can self-drive out to the property. They can get a private vehicle transfer from the lodge, and we have two types, having the Ram, which carries 4 people, and our van that carries up to 12 people. We also have an airstrip on the property, so we have the ability to do private charters and also a helipad right next door to the lodge. So if you really want to come in rockstar style, you can always helicopter as your transfer to or from Finniss. This is also another great way of adding in a scenic flight over Litchfield National Park, or adding in a stop at Sandy Creek, which is one of our private waterfalls, and you get the waterfall to yourself for 1 hour. So these are just other options that guests can do, either coming or departing from Finniss River. Next. So this is our beautiful lodge. Obviously, we are only a 6-room lodge. Can we just go back one if we can? But the lodge has its own infinity pool out the front. And then, as you can see by the rooms having their own ensuite inside the rooms as well, the luxe rooms obviously give the guests a beautiful view every morning, waking up, looking out over our spectacular wetlands. Having only 6 suites, we can only hold a capacity of 15 guests maximum, and that's if we're doing shared accommodation, having 3 beds in 1 room. We also have 2 rooms that are interconnecting, so this is also another great way for families to stay and visit with us. The lodge itself being such a small lodge, we tend to find that we get a lot of guests that are multi-generational and then can exclusively book out the whole lodge for themselves. Next. The lodge price comes at all-inclusive. So this includes your accommodation and also your meals, your drinks, and the touring that we do on the property. But we'll just talk about the meals that we do. We have our own in-house chef, and everything, even down to our bread and lavash, is all made here on premises. So it does help us being able to cater for any dietary requirements that your guests may have. We generally do, our chef comes out and discusses with the guests on arrival of what types of food they prefer. And each day we do talk to our guests as well and just feel out what they feel like for the day. We even have our own pizza oven and that. So occasionally on our 3 to 4 night stays, we'll crack out the pizza oven and the guests can help make their own homemade pizzas. Next.
Sorry.
We have lots of touring options on the property. And as you can see, Cows and Canapes, which is the top left-hand side of your screen, is a great opportunity and something we do on our first day to, of course, introduce the guests to the family history about the property. Being a 3rd-generation property, you know, we come with a lot of history. The property itself was taken over in 1986 by the Venturan family. And so you get to meet some of the family members, but also meet some of our close and get some up close and personal with our friendly herd that we have here on the property. With a 3-night stay, you'll see underneath, we also have the option of doing the airboat. This can be added on to a 2-night stay, but with 3 nights or more, this is actually included in part of their pricing. We also do mustering. So if there is any cattle activity happening on the property, we normally take our guests along and get them to meet our station staff and learn the life of what it's like to actually be on a working cattle station. Of course, having the bush to the beach, like I said, we have lots of opportunity with 50,000 acres to explore, to do a massive amount of birding. We do bush tucker, and of course, a lot of history about the region that we're living in. Next. It is a photographer's dream, and you know, we have so many different things that we can go and see, especially with that bird life and of course all the different flowering ecosystems, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we get to the end of our slideshow. Next. So in collaboration with some other companies, we do also offer a day touring opportunity. So these are booked through these individual companies, but you can always reach out to us at Finniss and we can tell you or advise you which company that you can book these day tours through. So we have some, which is our buggies and breakfast in the wild, where they're picked up in Darwin, brought out for breakfast. They do a 2-hour birding and buggy tour, and then off to Litchfield for the day, and then returning back to Darwin that afternoon. So that's a full day tour opportunity that they can have, but still get the chance to explore a little bit here at Finniss. We also do helicopter scenics. So as I mentioned earlier, flying over Litchfield, landing at a private waterfall, and then coming and having lunch or adding on an airboat tour is options that they can do through Airborne Solutions or Nautilus Aviation. But of course, something that was groundbreaking that we started last year was our heli foraging tour. This is really our most upmarket tour that we have, where our guests heli out from Darwin. They do a foraging tour for 2 hours here on property, and they have a morning tea here with us on site. And then they helicopter back to Darwin, having lunch at Charlie's restaurant and getting to meet a gin distiller. So while they were on property, we would have foraged for some of our native plants, and they get to take their own little package back to Charlie's in Darwin, and they get to craft and create their own gin. At the end of this experience, they also get to take home their own bottle of gin that they have crafted with the flavours that they've got from the Finniss River region. So these are just other options of day touring if your guests don't have the opportunity to stay with us here at Finniss River. Next. Obviously, we do a lot of promotion, and this year and last year, we also are on a lot of the shows here, programs in Australia. So with Getaway and the Great Outdoors, Samantha Brown was a UK marketing one, Wanderlust magazine, we've just come out, and then early in 2025, the Road Less Travel will also be doing a segment about Finniss River. So hopefully it's a great way of letting other people around Australia and hopefully in New Zealand get the opportunity to see what Finniss River has to offer. So thank you very much, everybody, for spending time with us. That's about the end of my main presentation, but I am going to just show a little video and try and give you a little bit of a taste of what it's like here at Finniss River Station.
We want our guests to feel almost as if they're part of the family. This is where we grew up. It's our backyard. Finniss River Lodge is all about showcasing to guests what it's like to actually live on a working cattle station while staying at a beautiful luxury lodge. When we take the guests out on tour, through the stories and the history of my family that we tell, we really want them to feel connected to the land. Cows and canapes is my absolute favourite. Guests can have a canapé or a glass of champagne while getting up close and personal to one of the potties. It's a truly magical experience. Our chefs are super passionate about the land around us. They're really big on foraging. We want to provide our guests with a unique experience. Every day is completely different. Every tour is completely different. Hopefully those experiences will stay with the guests for the rest of their lives.
Wow, Chase, that was absolutely stunning. Thank you so much. I was lucky enough to come to Finniss once, and mind was blown. I have no other words.
Oh, no problem, Miriam. So you happy with that? Did you want to change anything or?
That is perfect.
Okay.
Thank
Lovely.
you so
Well,
much.
thank you everyone for taking your time today to just experience a little bit of Finniss River Lodge.
Yes, Chase unfortunately did not make it to the live presentation today because of technical issues. She was ready, but such is life. Sorry for that, not so great still here. But if there's any questions, and I see there is a few coming in. One question is, how many activities are included per day? I can gladly say that it's 2 activities per day. There is a minimum stay of 2 nights, and best time to visit is anywhere between 1st of February and the 15th of December, because this is basically when the lodge is open. Only between 15th of December and January, the lodge is closed. Other times are 100% fine to visit. If you have any more questions, I'm happy to pass them on to Chase. Otherwise, there will be the contact details at the end of the webinar, so you can just get in touch with Chase directly and ask anything else. All right, and I am happy to actually have Sally Gregory from Top End Marketing here. Sally is going to present on Katherine Outback experience. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Miriam. Thank you so much for having us. I know just from personal experience, I've actually been out to Finniss River Lodge twice this year myself, and the food and dining and the welcoming that you get from the team out there is such a true top end experience. You know, the wetlands, the foraging. Yeah, I've been really fortunate enough to spend some time out there myself. So highly recommend it, guys.
Yeah, awesome. But you're here today to tell us a little bit more about Katherine Outback experience, and we have recorded your session in case something like this happens. So I'm just going to play this. If anyone has questions afterwards, Sally is here to answer them herself. So let me just go back to our presentation. One sec. All right. Webinar today. Thanks so much for coming. I'm going to give it up to you to present Finniss River Lodge. No, that's the right one.
My name's Sally. I'm the director at Top End Marketing Co. And one of my amazing clients is Katherine Outback Experience. Katherine Outback Experience are based in Katherine in the Northern Territory, about 3.5 hours drive south of Darwin. Annabelle and Tom couldn't make it today. They're actually touring around Australia, basically taking Katherine Outback Experience on the road. So if you are in regional Australia, have a look out on their website because they might be coming to you guys soon. So I'm going to hand over to Miriam to play a bit of an intro video so you can meet Tom and Annabelle and the team at Katherine Outback Experience.
Here at Katherine Outback Experience in Katherine, Northern Territory. And I can't wait to welcome you guys to the great Australian Outback. We started about 9 years ago, just underneath a tree with a couple of dogs and a horse. A couple of people turned out to the show, which at the time we thought was a bit of a buzz. A lot of people travel up the bitumen roads right around the country and they never really get a true insight into what happens on cattle station. I suppose it's a bit of an insight really on station life. I'm very passionate about my songwriting because I love hearing people's stories to put into songs. It really takes the show to another level, and it really, you can see the connection it's making with the people. They're right there with me, and it really enlightens and empowers them. Animal welfare for Annabelle and I is just absolutely key. We love them looking good, feeling good. It's like safety on a construction site. Everything's got to be in order. There's so much out there that we still got to learn about animals. So if I can convey a little bit of that, then I think I'm doing them justice. Great to see you. Can you take his bag?
How good is that? I'm hoping by those videos you can see these guys are really amazing at what they do. The focus really is on that horse starting, working dog demonstrations. And these guys recently won the Brolga Award, the Northern Territory Tourism Award for Best Tourist Attraction, just a few weeks ago. And they've also won the Best Tourist Attraction in Australia on 2 occasions, taking out the gold this year in Darwin, actually, the Australian Tourism Awards. So they, they're very passionate about what they do, really down to earth, and it's the real raw version of what life is like on an Outback station. You can see there Tom's got a passion for singing and songwriting. He's actually won a couple of Golden Guitar Awards himself as well. So when they are doing that tour around Australia, as they are now, you'll get to hear some of that music as well. Indirectly, guys, if you're selling a lot of the garn, travelling from, say, Alice or Adelaide up to Darwin, Katherine Outback Experience is actually one of the off-rail experiences that they can choose to do. So you might have guests that have actually already experienced this as well. It's just a great opportunity for you to understand a little bit more about the product so that you can recommend perhaps that they choose that one as well. Likewise with AAT Kings, Outback Spirit, APT, a lot of the tour companies that stop in Katherine have overnight. We'll do the show and a beautiful hosted dinner under the stars at Katherine Outback Experience as well. From a self-drive market, it's a great product to be able to include in some of those self-drive itineraries. At the moment, it's a 2-hour show and operating between May and September. It combines, I guess, its timings with the garn arrival as well. So you're looking at Tuesdays at 9:30, Wednesdays at 2:45, Friday at 9:30, and then Saturdays at 1:30. So it does just operate the 4 days a week at the moment, though if there are dinners and shows going on, then you can actually book those as well. So from a trade perspective, we are contracted with all of our major trade partners, so it can be booked as an FIT product, or as I said, it's often included in some of those itineraries as well. So yeah, as you could see from the video, what you do see as part of the experience is storytelling about life on the land, some really good stories about what it's like to be on an Outback station with your horse, with your dog. So a lot of humour as well. And I guess just to be able to see the way the team can work so closely with those dogs. They might have 8 of them going at different times, jumping up on barrels and around, and likewise with the horses as well. Every show is different. There might be a horse that's never had a saddle put on its back, and that's what you're seeing that day. So you're really seeing what life is like on an Outback station, and it's the real kind of version of what it is that you're seeing as well. So I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into Katherine Outback Experience. We'd obviously love to see you up here in the top end in the Northern Territory, and thank you so much, Miriam, for the opportunity to talk today.
Thank you so much, Sally. That was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I watched the show myself. I absolutely loved it. I want a dog more than ever, but that's another topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you, Sally. That was absolutely fantastic, and so happy that you're here live and in color. I didn't see any questions come in, so I guess everything is pretty straightforward. I don't know if you had anything to add.
No, just look, if there's any questions at all, feel free to send them through to myself or Miriam, absolutely. From that seasonal perspective, we do tend to start sort of mid-April and go into the first week of October. So that season is probably stretched out a little bit longer than that. But certainly if you live in regional centres, get onto the Katherine Outback Experience website and have a look where these guys are touring. And yeah, if you'd like to pop along, let me know. I'm sure I can organise some tickets for you. And Tom and Annabelle would love to meet you, especially if they, they know that you're involved in the trade and want to come and have a look and see what they do. It's a really good example of what they put on up here in the Territory. So thank you again for having us.
Fabulous, no worries. Just a quick comment from Therese. She says, an incredible product, truly the real deal. I can't wait to share this exceptional find with all my clients. So there you go.
Thank you, Therese. It's awesome. Yeah, no, it really is the real deal. I mean, I think when you see Tom talking as well, he's just such a great down-to-earth guy. You know, his whole story of how he met Annabelle's amazing. He'll often talk about that and sing about that as well as part of the show, and they're just two really exceptional, great people. And I think it just shows sitting in the audience, you're getting this really authentic sort of territory experience. So yeah.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you, Sally. Right, I'm gonna close this with just a few, sorry, let me just go back to the presentation. Just a few news from the Northern Territory. I will keep it short and sweet. You should have received the trade newsletter where you can read up on more news from the NT. I just wanted to put the spotlight on Tasmania Walking Company, who's launching their 5-day Uluru Signature Walking Tour. This tour is a world first, a fully guided 5-day desert journey into the heart of Australia that unites two global icons, Karajuta and Uluru. The tour is set to launch in 2026 and is now open for bookings. The walking tour offers visitors for the first time an overnight stay inside the World Heritage listed park in environmentally sustainable accommodation. The walk will mark the second NT-based walk operated by the company, with the 6-day Lara Pinter signature walk already being in operation. You can find more on their website, taswalkingco.com.au, or if you really want to know more about the product, Tourism NT will host a special webinar session with Tasmania Walking Company on Wednesday, the 11th of December. The announcement and registration link can be found on the trade website on the front page or in the latest trade training program newsletter. Then having a quick look at what we have on offer in terms of trade specials. It's not quite new, but I just wanted to highlight Bamaroo Plains because we just talked about them earlier. They still have a 30% trade discount on offer until the end of the year. So if you're undecided what to do in December, be quick, book and travel until the 31st of December to Bamaroo Plains to make use of the discount. You can enjoy a stay at this exclusive luxury lodge nestled in the heart of the stunning top end, offering guests the perfect opportunity to soak up the sun, relax in style, and explore the diverse and unique Kakadu region. You can contact Bamaroo Plains on inquire@wildbushluxury.com. And then another reminder for the great offer with Discovery Parks Kings Canyon. They still offer the industry rate of $180 for a standard room at Discovery Parks Kings Canyon, which is still valid until the 31st of March 2025. And Kings Canyon is one of the most pristine and remote regions in the world and located in Wataka National Park, which has literally last week been added to the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So no better time to explore this amazing area for a really good trade rate. Contact trade support at godaygroup.com. Then a few words on what we are doing here at Tourism NT. Just a reminder about the Aboriginal Tourism Product Awareness Program, or short ADPAP. This training program shines a spotlight on Aboriginal tourism experiences and connects you with the operators behind them. We just had our Q2 session on the 14th of November, and the next webinar session will take place on the 5th of February 2025. You can catch up on the two last webinars. They're available to watch on the trade website under the webinar section. Join the program, watch the webinars, complete the questionnaires, and stand a chance to win a spot on our exclusive ADPAP in 2025. It's going to be amazing, so don't miss out. Sign-ups are open all year round, and you can find out more on trade.northernterritory.com/ADPAP. And then you've heard it here first. Obviously, we are part of Tourism Australia's Aussie Specialist Program, and our Spotlight Month webinar will take place in December. During the webinar session, we will cover the topic holiday destination Darwin, because Darwin is often underrated as a holiday destination, even though there's so much to do, and it's the ideal gateway to more top-end destinations. Presenters will be Tourism NT, yes, yours truly, Darwin Airport Resort, and Darwin Gourmet Tours. The webinar session will take place on Tuesday, 10th of December at 12 p.m. Sydney time. So hopefully we'll see a few of you. You can still sign up under aussiespecialist.com. And this brings us to our trade training program incentive. First of all, big congrats to our winners from last quarter. We had Florinda Cedorino from Hello World winning the NT prize package valued at $10,000. Big congrats, Florinda. And then both Anna Powell and Rob Little have won a spot each on the NT Roundup Familiar to the Red Center next year. We're looking forward to having you on board. And then this quarter, we're giving away an amazing $6,000 prize package to the NT. And this package includes, as always, your $1,000 WebJet voucher, a tourism top-end voucher worth $2,000 to explore more amazing top-end products. Finniss River Lodge is so kind to give away a one-night stay for two at the lodge, including all meals and a Cows and Canapes experience. And thanks to Katherine Outback Experience, they're giving away 2 tickets to their show. So if you want to, you can get your Muster Dogs fix right there. And then Tourism NT is again giving away 2 placements on our Roundup Familiar scheduled for 28th of March to the 3rd of April 2025. To find out if you have won, the prize draw will take place on Tuesday, 28th of January 2025, and we will be in touch with the prize winners. Well, this is the end of our webinar session. Thank you so much for joining us and for taking the time. Also, a big thank you to Sally and also to Chase for presenting on their products. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. So thank you so much. You see all contact information on the screen. If for some reason you can't find it, just get in touch with us and I'm happy to put you in touch with the operators. Well, I hope you benefited from the webinar session, and we hope to see you again next time for our trade training program. Enjoy your day and see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.